Thanks, guys. I'm Nikki DiGiulio. I'm here at the Paradise Rock Club, and I am sitting here with Matt Baum from the band
I want to hear you say it. Go for it.
Desaparecidos.
That's really good. Desaparecidos.
Okay, close.
From
I
the
practiced
Spanish
it
desapar.
many a times.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fairly certain I was going to mess it up.
We were just on Seth Meyers not too long ago, and he had a guy following him around going, Desaparecidos, and he would go, Desaparecidos, and he'd go, Desaparecidos.
Here to perform the song City on the Hill, please welcome Desaparecidos.
And then Seth goes, Desaparecidos, and he goes, don't do the accent. Don't do the accent. It was great.
Funny enough, because if you were with me about 2 hours ago, I was sitting at my desk just going, Desaparecidos, Desaparecidos, Desaparecidos.
We wanted to make it as hard to spell and say as humanly possible.
Fair enough.
So once you get it, you're in the club.
Very good job.
And you can correct other people and be like, no.
So welcome to Boston.
Thank you.
So your first album, Read Music, Speak Spanish.
Yes.
2002 that came out.
Well, yeah, I'll take your word for it, but yeah, that sounds right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Most recent album, Paola.
Yes.
In June.
June, the 26th, I believe.
13 years.
Well, we work slow. You know, I mean, you want to get it right. I mean, it's just real life got in the way. I mean, Connor's another project he's very busy with and he's done very well with, and he wanted to play with real musicians for a while, and I totally get that. He's been sweet enough to slum it with us again, and it was just, we were all still in bands and doing things. We just hadn't done this, and a few years back, there was some people that tried to pass a ridiculously racist show me your papers type law modeled after what was going on in Arizona. They tried to pass it in Fremont, Nebraska. We wanted to say something about it, and let's put the rock band back together and scream about this.
This law is not acceptable. We're here to say this in Nebraska. This law is not acceptable.
And we raised some money with the ACLU and got the law struck down, so screw you, racists.
Was everybody, when you sort of decided to come back, was everybody on board? Did it take anybody a little push to come back?
I said no. I'm a chef, and I was working in restaurants and whatnot, which also pays really well, let me tell you. Then we just sort of kicked it around some more, and people were so excited about the initial show that it just seemed like we didn't have a choice. And we started, all right, we'll practice a little bit, and then it was like, oh, I got an idea for a couple songs, and then all of a sudden we had 7, and then 10, and then 16 songs.
Just sort of grew from there. So listening to the songs on not only this most recent album, but the last one, they're very politically driven.
Mm-hmm.
You're really trying to get a message across. Can you sort of pinpoint a particular band or artist who made you feel like live music is the way to go?
I think like some of the ones that really nailed me, I remember there was like a Chicago scene that we got hit with a lot. The Jesus Lizard was one of those bands from Chicago that I just absolutely adored. The Bosstones from Boston would come through every once in a while, you know, always a great time. But I just always knew I wanted to play music. I'm too short to play bass because I'd look ridiculous. Guitar, I'd look kind of silly too, so I sat behind the drums and this feels natural, you know.
I mean, the drums is probably the most badass position in a band, in my opinion.
Okay.
So
I would argue is also the position where you can guarantee that the person there has like serious mental issues. You know,
I mean,
right?
yeah.
I got way off this subject. I apologize.
No, you're
and
fine.
we've sort of, everyone that's talked to us, and this is not a knock on you, has kind of been like, oh, you guys are really political. And I guess we have a message, but I don't see it as being overly political or vitriolic or angry. We're sort of poking fun at the system, which is what punk rock bands used to do. I mean, like The Clash did stuff like that, you know? I mean, even the Police and stuff. Like, that was how you did it. And I think we're just sort of following in their footsteps at the same time as trying to stay relevant to issues that are important to us today. But let's have a good time, too. Let's not just go scream everybody down.
Yeah, you want to have fun
Or
with
say,
it.
tell everybody you're wrong. Let's get together and let's celebrate that we have a message that we like, you know, and we think it's good. And if we didn't, we wouldn't sing about it.
You just performed in Coachella back in April, which is a massive festival.
I think we were one of 4 bands that actually had instruments there.
Massive.
Pretty sure. Everybody else showed up, set down a laptop and pressed play, and they went like this.
Yeah. Little
Which
dance
means
party.
you're not doing anything back there. I'd like to be invited back to Coachella someday, so
wink.
I'm not going to go too far. I mean, it's just totally different. It's totally nuts. Things like Coachella and these big outdoor festivals are just not real. It's more like a showcase for all these bands because you get up and you play for half an hour, 45 minutes or whatever, and then one person has a huge set at the end. I am much more comfortable in a club environment just because I grew up in a club environment. Now we're playing some of the biggest shows I've ever played in my life. And a show like this, there'll be like 3 or 4 dorks out there that play drums, and I'll find them because they're counting with me, and I kind of lock in with them, like,
Yeah.
you, I'm watching you, you know, and then afterwards they like run up to them, and they're like, that was awesome!